Yeah, we back. Yeah, we back. Quick video. So, news is coming out that the suspect in the alleged shooting of Charlie Kirk, the individual who pulled the trigger, we are now receiving news that he has been apprehended by law enforcement. Yes. Now, who was the suspect, do you think? Was it a black man? Because you know Charlie Kirk spent his last few years on Earth, right? Talking about the big black boogeyman, right? The dangerous black man. Hide your kids, hide your wives. The black man is outside, right? That was the narrative going around, you know, especially since the tragedy that occurred with the Ukrainian lady down in North Carolina. We had a lot of individuals like Charlie Kirk and many people just like him. In the days leading up to his death, the only conversation that we're having was the dangerous black man, the big black boogeyman, right? That was the narrative. That was the propaganda. Black men are so dangerous. We have to stay away from black men, black men, only to get turned around and chopped down by your own people. And like I said, that's the reality. Like I said in my previous videos, the vast majority of victims of whatever type of crime, whether that's robbery, whether that's assault, whether it's murder, whether it's crimes against children, the vast majority of the perpetrators in the white community are white males themselves. White males are the number one criminals in the white community. So don't let them gas your head up with the propaganda of the big black boogeyman, because it's the white man committing all the crimes in the white community. The vast majority of all violent crime, it's the white man going to jail for it in his own community. He's terrorizing his own community. So when you see what happened to Charlie Kirk and you look at the victim and you look at the perpetrator, that is way more likely to happen than any other scenario, right? Some black man coming out of the bushes to attack you, that is very unlikely compared to the likelihood of another white man coming to attack you, right? Simply going by the facts, simply going by the stats. Now, let's jump into the article. Let's find out some more information about the alleged perpetrator, the suspect they have in custody. Take a look up on the screen. The parents of Charlie Kirk's suspected assassin, Tyler Robinson, are a law enforcement veteran and a care worker, right? So, time out. So these guys, now let me stop. We're going to talk about it later. Let me stop. Police sources identified Robinson, a 22-year-old resident of Utah, as the main suspect in the assassination. Robinson was taken into custody on Thursday night in southern Utah after having allegedly confessed to his own father. He lives in a $600,000 six-bedroom home in Washington, Utah, about 260 miles south of Kirk's assassination. One image from Robinson's mother from her social media from 2017 shows him wearing a Donald Trump costume for Halloween. The father then contacted the authorities and secured his son before he could be taken into custody. Robinson was a student at Utah State University on a scholarship. His mother, Amber Robinson, works for Intermountain Support Coordination Services, a company contracted by the state to help disabled people receive care. The family's social media shows Robinson, who has two younger brothers, enjoying vacations, sharing smiling selfies, including celebrating the alleged killer getting into college. Now, time out. From the information we have right now, this seems like the assassin was the stereotypical all-American guy, right? I'm going to school on a scholarship. You know, my dad is in law enforcement. You know, my mother, you know, she worked for the government, right? We live in a beautiful home, big home, right? I go shoot at the gun range with my father, you know, like all of that, right? My father, a Republican. I live in a red state, you know, like all American, all around, all American guy, right? And I told you from the very beginning, Charlie Kirk was eliminated by his own people. Listen, before he was even killed, you saw the video I originally did in regards to the situation with the lady down in North Carolina who lost her life on a train, the Ukrainian lady. I told you, yes, the story was a tragedy, but the facts are the facts. The vast majority of crime in the white community is perpetrated by white males themselves. So I was never going to allow white men to spread propaganda against black men, making it seem like black men are terrorizing the white community. No, brother, you're not going to deflect responsibility onto me. Take accountability for your actions. White males are the number one perpetrators of crime in their own community, against their own people, against their own brothers, against their own women, against their own children. That's simply the fact. That's not slander. That's not defamation. That's simply the fact, right? Anything else is propaganda. Anything else is a smokescreen. Anything else is a deflection. And it's so ironic because now they are being forced to be faced with this reality right now, right? And now they're trying to break themselves up into factions, right? They don't want to admit that Charlie Kirk was eliminated by his own people. So they're saying, oh, he was eliminated by the radical left. He was eliminated by the Democrats. He was eliminated by the liberals. No, brother, he was eliminated by his own people. And I even saw some people trying to blame the Jewish community. Now, listen, I already told you, these guys, they have a homoerotic obsession with two demographics of men, the black man and the Jewish man. That's all they talk about. Like I said in the video the other day, the black man, the Jewish man, the black man. So they were trying to blame the Jewish community for his murder, right? Oh, he was taken out by Mossad. He was taken out by the Israelis. Oh, it was Ben Shapiro. No, brother, it was your own people. Yeah, it was your own people. Oh, and that's simply the facts. I'm not going to let you break yourself up into little factions and denominations. No, you were eliminated by your own people. You were eliminated by your own people. But anyways, man, let's take a look at some of the reactions on social media, right? Take a look up on the screen. This person said, so the killer of Charlie Kirk is a white boy, right-wing, Republican, wealthy family, born and raised in Utah. Listen, the stereotypical profile of the person that Charlie Kirk was advocating for, right? This was the demographic that Charlie Kirk was an ambassador for, just to turn around and get chopped down by your own people. That is so crazy. That is so crazy. That is like the ultimate betrayal, right? To be on the front line every single day, fighting for a demographic, just to get chopped down by your own brother. Literally, your brother. That is literally Charlie Kirk's brother right there. Like, stereotypical, all-American, probably played sports, father in law enforcement, mother working for the government, just all-American family, right? And you got chopped down by your own people. By your own people. Anyway, let's continue. This person said at the top, to be honest, this could be a precursor to a bloody race war. And the person at the bottom said, what race war? He was killed by his own people. I'm saying, like, come on, bro. This don't got nothing to do with us, man. Just like all the vast majority of crimes in the white community, it was committed by a white perpetrator. It don't got nothing to do with the black community. It don't got nothing to do with us. Listen, that is an internal conflict. That is a tribal conflict, right? That don't got nothing to do with us. That's an internal problem. That's not part of our community. Listen, they got to handle that. The white males got to come in, have a meeting, sit at the table and sort themselves out, right? The same way black men got to come to the table and sort ourselves out and have private conversations. White men got to sit down in their secret meetings, and they got to have their own conversations, and they got to get their house in order, right? It's a lot of infighting going on, a lot of tribal conflict and instability going on. Y'all got to get it together, man. Let's continue. Now, yesterday, somebody put out an article, this publication, I believe The Economist, they said Charlie Kirk believed that wokeism threatened to destroy America. The country would be saved not at the ballot box, but at the crucibles where culture is forged, like college campuses. And the person at the bottom responded and said, then he got put to sleep by his own people. I bet he wish he was woke now. This person said he got assassinated by his own people, while surrounded by his own people, while taking digs at the black community and gang violence. The violence he should have been worried about came from his own people. Now HBCUs are being threatened over something his own people did to him. Now, that's a fact. Yesterday, news came out. Take a look up on the screen. Multiple HBCUs under lockdown after receiving terroristic threats, right? So because this guy got chopped down by his own people, they wanted to go to black colleges and universities to get retaliation, right? And that really goes to show the type of ideology that Charlie Kirk was actually promoting when he was on Earth, right? If you die and the first knee-jerk reaction of your supporters is to go kill black college students, that tells me everything I need to know about you and the type of ideology you are putting out into the atmosphere, right? Before we even had a suspect in custody, you already had people trying to go attack black universities. That lets me know the type of ideology you are promoting, right? And it's so funny because, like we said, his last words on Earth were gang violence, right? He died while trying to send passive-aggressive shots towards the black community, only to get shot by his own community. And even in my comment section, now, of course, I block anybody coming into my comment section, trying to send violent threats towards me. But even I myself got violent threats. I had people coming into the comment section saying, man, I can't wait till we're able to put you in camps. I was getting all type of terroristic threats in my comment section, right? And one thing that stuck out to me about the threats that I received, they were never directed towards me individually or personally. It was like a threat towards my entire collective. Like, they never kept it on an individual basis only towards me. They said, no, we're going to go after you and your whole community, right? It was a collective threat against the entire community in all the threats I received. It was never an individual based threat. It was always collective. So that goes to show the ideology that Charlie Kirk was promoting. And it's so funny because I see a whole bunch of black folks on social media crying tears and shedding tears. And meanwhile, I'm getting threats in my comment section, in my email for the videos I put out talking about, man, we can't wait to go attack the black community. And then we got the black community talking about, man, my heart goes out to his family. Man, listen, some of y'all weak, boy. Some of y'all weak. Y'all sitting around extending the olive branch, extending the hand of love and friendship, and them boys coming back and they sending violent threats back. Right? You sending love and friendship, they sending threats of murder. So I don't know what's wrong with y'all, man. I don't know what's wrong with y'all. I'm not saying that you have to be hostile back, but just shut up. Just stop talking. If someone slaps you across the face, don't turn around and give them the other side of your face to slap again. Just shut up. Damn. Anyways, we also have the academic records of the suspect, right? And apparently this guy, not only did he come from, you know, a stable family, nice family, living in a nice home, father is of Republican law enforcement, and also, he's actually a great student, right? Like one of the best students in like the state of Utah. Excellent in science, math, reading. Basically, like when it comes to academics, this guy was an excellent student. Excellent student, very intelligent, very studious, and basically the all-American stereotypical profile, right? When it came to his academic performance, his grades were damn near perfect. Almost perfect scores when it came to his academics. Now, I want to get into an interaction that I had yesterday on social media, right? Because like I said, Charlie Kirk got chopped down by his own people, assassinated by his own people, right? And then somebody actually responded to me and said this at the top. He said, I very much doubt that the murderer was one of his people. It will be a leftist nutbag. And I responded and I said, nobody cares about your factions and your little groups and your tribes. He got killed by his own people. And then he said, that literally makes no sense because whites are not homogenous. Now, you see, like I told you, they want to break themselves up into little groups, little factions, denominations, tribes, because they don't want to admit that you get chopped down by your own people at the highest rate. You got assassinated by your own people, right? That's the same thing y'all say to us. When y'all talk about the black community, you say that we do things to our own people. You don't give us the luxury of breaking us down into tribes and ethnic groups and political factions. No. It's just the black community, and we do it to our own people. That's it. That is it. Whether we're discussing current events, whether we're discussing international affairs, whether we're discussing history, it's always our own people. You never give us the luxury of breaking us down into individual factions. Like, for example, when they talk about the days of colonization and they talk about slavery, they say, oh, Africans sold Africans into slavery. They don't give us the luxury of breaking us down into our individual nations, ethnic groups, factions, denominations, belief systems, right? There are endless ethnic groups on the continent, endless amount of languages, spiritual systems, all different cultures on the continent. But you never see them give them the luxury of breaking them down into denominations when they talk about history. They say, oh, the Africans sold their own people. The African chiefs sold their own people. They don't give you the luxury or the nuance of saying, no, different factions and groups and ethnic groups with different interests, economic interests, geopolitical interests, different regional interests were fighting and battling amongst each other for supremacy. No, they just say Africans sold their own people. But now when it comes to them, they want to have the luxury of, no, it's not my own people. It was a leftist. It was the radical left. It was the Democrats. It was the liberal. No. It was your own people. You killed your own people. He got killed by his own people. We have sat up and listened to conservative political commentators give their historical analysis on history. And then when they talk about slavery, they say things like, oh, there were black people that owned slaves, right? Black people enslaved their own people, but they never give you the nuance that the vast majority of the free black population or the so-called black slave owners were either the black mistress of the European colonists or the mixed race children of the European colonists. They don't give you that nuance, right? They just say black folks enslaved black folks. You enslaved your own people to deflect from their own responsibility, right? Oh, you enslaved your own people. You sold your own people, right? No nuance. They don't tell you about the different African ethnic groups and factions. No, they don't tell you that the vast majority of black slave owners was the black mistress and the mixed race children. No, it was just blacks did it to their own people. So now you want me to give you the luxury of breaking you down in factions and denominations and groups and tribal affiliations. No, the fact of the matter is, yes, Charlie Kirk, he got assassinated by his own people. He got assassinated by his own people, right? That's a fact. That's a fact. That is literally a fact. You could make that a nursery rhyme. He got chopped down by his own people. He got eliminated by his own people. So stop it, brother. I'm not giving you the luxury of breaking yourself down into tribal groups, affiliations, political factions. You got assassinated by your own people. It's a fact. Anyways, man, it's your boy Neferkari Dessalines back in the building. Yes, indeed. Second single of the next project, The Spy in Bamako. Subscribe to the Patreon, NTD1814. Pin comment at the top. Link in the description. And I'm gone. Peace.
Feel like it's see me, I feel like I'm Saudi or ran up on Yana in the middle of Bamako. Enemy line, they claiming he innocent. Don't do no talking, I gotta move militant. Don't do no talking, I hit him with facts. 1804, bringing it back. 1804 like I'm Mother Cap Henry. King with the vision, the crown never empty. Top of the mountain, my soldiers defend me. Ducking and dodging the foreign intelligence. Hitting my dance on the DGSE. Dodging they traps, still on my feet. Feeling impeccable, feel like I'm shining. Go to my neck and I'm flooded with diamonds. Go to my neck and I feel like a mess. Feel like a lion, I'm in the savannah. Feel like the king when I'm up in the jungle. Never defeated, I never been humble. Come out victorious every encounter. Money machine give me help when I count it. Money machine stack it up in a beat. Heart of a king and I ride for the team. Weight of the world got it stuck on my shoulders. Bet you can feel it, my heart getting colder. Yeah, gotta stay focused so when it's in shots I gotta react. Cause I'm a target, I'm under attack. Grabbing a weapon, I tell him get back. Mission exposed, secrets unfold. Enemy try but I'm still in control. Got your boy sitting in Bamako prison. Hoping they wish we sending them home. Enemy know that we good under pressure. Been through the thunderous turbulent storm. Shorty a diamond, I told her she precious. Hop in a whip and I'm taking her home. Hop in a whip and I'm swerving, I'm smashed. Killing my enemies, one of my passion. Rocking this gold like we in bikini. Feel like the captain, I'm clutching a heater. Yeah, gotta stay focused so when it's in shots I gotta react. Cause I'm a target, I'm under attack. Grabbing a weapon, I tell her get back. Mission exposed, secrets unfold. Enemy try but I'm still in control. Got your boy sitting in Bamako prison. Hoping they wishing we sending them home. Enemy know that we good under pressure. Been through the thunderous turbulent storm. Shorty a diamond, I told her she precious. Hop in a whip and I'm taking her home. Hop in a whip and I'm swerving, I'm